He would always secretly throw away the fresh eggs, only to have the neighbor girl bring over new ones for free. But one day, the boy's strange behavior was finally discovered by the girl. Faced with Julie's questioning, Bryce could only tell her the harsh truth. He thought her yard was too dirty and worried the eggs might carry viruses. At that moment, Julie realized the boy she had liked for 6 years had been thinking this about her all along. 6 years earlier, when Bryce's family had just moved to their new home, Julie immediately rushed over to help. She took one look at Bryce and was instantly captivated by his eyes. But Bryce found Julie annoying. She followed him around like a stalker every day. The other kids even made up songs to tease them. To get rid of Julie, Bryce started dating Sherry, whom Julie couldn't stand. He deliberately let Julie see him holding hands with Sherry. But Julie didn't give up. She thought Bryce was just being fooled by Sherry and decided she needed to save him. Julie loved climbing the sycamore tree to enjoy the view. She would always invite Bryce to join her, but he always found excuses to refuse. Then one day, workers came to cut down the tree. Julie fought desperately to stop them, shouting for help from up in the branches, hoping Bryce would come to her aid. But Bryce got on the school bus without even looking back, leaving Julie to face the chainsaw alone. That moment made Julie start questioning whether Bryce had any good qualities besides his looks. Even worse, when Julie started raising chickens and bringing eggs to Bryce's family as a gesture of kindness, Bryce's father looked down on Julie's family, saying their yard looked like a junkyard and the eggs must be contaminated. Bryce didn't dare stand up to his father and could only secretly throw away Julie's thoughtful gifts every day until Julie caught him. Only then did Julie finally understand how Bryce really saw her. From that day on, Julie stopped paying attention to Bryce. She began to re-evaluate this one-sided relationship and realized she had only been in love with Bryce's appearance. But after losing Julie's attention, Bryce started to panic. He found himself actually missing Julie. He couldn't help telling his friend about it, but his friend just called Julie an idiot. Not wanting to be mocked, Bryce agreed with his friend's assessment. Little did he know that Julie had overheard everything. This time, Julie was completely done. She refused to take Bryce's calls and wouldn't give him any more chances. Bryce fell into despair. He began to realize that Julie really was a special girl, kind and brave, willing to fight for what she treasured. He decided he had to do something to apologize to Julie. The next morning, Julie found Bryce digging a hole in her family's yard. Julie was furious, but her father said he had given permission. Julie couldn't understand why her father would agree to something so outrageous until she saw Bryce pull out a sapling and plant it in their yard. She immediately recognized it as a sycamore tree, identical to the one that had been cut down. Julie was deeply moved. Bryce finally understood what that tree had meant to Julie. Through his actions, he proved that he was willing to understand her and protect everything she held dear.